Good afternoon, students. Today we will start with another topic of the chapter reproduction in plants. Continuation of pollination. Today we will learn agents of pollination and adaptations in flowers for the process of pollination. The process of pollination requires the help of abiotic and biotic agents. Abiotic means non-living and biotic means living agents. Wind, water, insects, animals and birds are the agents of pollination. Let us understand different agents of pollination. We will start with insect pollination. Insect pollination is also called entomophily. Entomon means insect. Phily means affinity. Some insects like honeybees, butterflies, wasps, such type of insects, they feed on the nectar of flowers. When they visit the flower, the pollen grains get stick to their bodies and these insects sit on another flower. The pollen grains fall on the stigma of that flower. This is called insect pollination. Insect pollinating flowers have some special characters. Which are they? They are large and brightly colored to attract insects. This lily flower shows this character. They have sweet nectar and highly scented. Flowers with white petals, usually fragrant. The pollen grains are sticky or spiny, which helps to stick to the body of insects. The diagram of hibiscus flower with its pollen grain shows this character. Another type of pollination, that is wind pollination. Wind pollination is also called anemophily. Anemone means wind. What are the characteristics of wind pollinating flowers? The pollen grains are light, dry, and small so that they can be easily carried by wind. Look this grass and its pollen grains. The flowers produce large quantity of pollen grains because during flying many are not able to reach stigma. In some flowers, stigma hang outside and are feathery so that they can receive pollen grains. Flowers do not produce nectar or scent. Many examples for wind pollinating flowers, they are rice, wheat, maize, grass. All these plants are pollinated with the help of wind. Next, water pollination. Water pollination is also called hydrophily. Hydro means water. Aquatic plants are mainly pollinated with the help of water. Now, what are the features of water pollinating plants and flowers? Flowers are small sized. Pollen grains are produced in large numbers and they are light in weight and easily float on water. Pollen grains are covered with a waxy coating. In this picture that you can see Vallisneria. Vallisneria, an aquatic plant, it has male and female flowers on different plants. Female flowers have long stalk. The male flowers have short stalk and submerged. Observe these characters in this diagram. The mature male flowers detach from the parent plant. They move with the water current and comes in contact with the female flowers. The anthers burst open and the pollen grains fall on the stigma and pollination is taking place. Another example, hydrilla. Vallisneria and hydrilla are pollinated by water. Pollination is happening in nature with many animals, birds. Bird pollination is called ornithophily. Squirrels, they are pollinating. Bat pollination. Bats, they are pollinating night blooming flowers. This is Rafflesia flower, the largest flower. Rafflesia flower pollinated by elephants. They are present at the ground level. When elephants trample on them, pollen grains stick to their feet and are carried to the stigma of another flower. Animal pollinating flowers are large, produce abundant nectar and pollens, and they are brightly colored. I hope you are well understood the concept of pollination. Now a practical demonstration for self-pollination, cross-pollination and agents of pollination. Observe this video and observe the characteristics of different types of flowers for pollination, and at the end a homework for all. Identify the flowers. I hope now you are clear with the concept of pollination. Next class we will continue with another topic. Take care. Thank you.